guys, welcome back to Budget Friendly Cooking. We have not done new video for a couple of months and I apologize for that, but we are in our new kitchen in my new New York City apartment and it's beautiful. And if you guys are interested, I can show the apartment next week. Just make sure you write down below in the comments and I'll be happy to show it. So, and I also share one big news that I published my new cookbook. It's called Around the Georgian Table, and of course it's Georgian recipes. There are appetizers, soups, stews, entrees, and dessert, and sauces, and a little bit of everything. And it's a beautiful book with beautiful pictures that I photographed myself. That's my daughter's hand. Actually, my daughter's helped me a lot to put the book together. And you can buy the book on my website. I'm gonna put the link down below. If you're interested, feel free to buy it. It's a great gift for Americans, for your friends, or for yourself to make some delicious Georgian recipes for you and for your family and friends. So today we're gonna make this beautiful salad from butternut squash, kale, and walnut pesto. It's kind of Georgian-American marriage, because in my book you'll find a lot of dishes with walnut pesto, but we don't have kale in Georgia, and I've never seen butternut squash, even though we have a lot of pumpkins and squashes, but never seen butternut squash. So because these are one of my favorite winter ingredients, I decided to create this beautiful salad. Also, we're gonna add some pomegranate seeds and some Georgian spices, and I call it butternut squash and kale pchali. So for this salad, we're gonna need the following ingredients:
1 medium-sized butternut squash, 1 bunch kale, 1 cup walnuts or any other nuts, 1 cup pomegranate seeds, a little bit of cilantro, 1/4 of a red onion, 1 teaspoon each coriander seeds, blue fenugreek and marigold, a little bit of salt, about 2-3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar or red wine vinegar, and salt. That's it.
We're gonna start with our butternut squash, and of course you can always buy already cut and peeled butternut squash, but I kind of like to do it my own. And the easiest way to do to cut it is to cut those round pieces like those. Okay, got rid of it, and then just peel the skin around, and it's not as dangerous. And then for the salad, I kind of like to have equal sizes, because I'm gonna steam them, and you can always roast them too, but I kind of like to steam them. So this is the size that you wanna have. You can do smaller. I won't recommend bigger, but I think this is a kind of normal size. You can do this. Is kind of my least favorite part to deal with, but so you can just cut the corners around and take them off. There, same with that. And then you just kind of cut those pieces and like that, and it will be easier to take the skin off, right? Have you ever actually tried the raw butternut squash? It's actually very good. It takes about 8 to 10 minutes to steam them, and we're gonna steam them after. And I have this beautiful I'm gonna show that. This beautiful pan that my daughter sent to me. I'm gonna put some water, just a little bit of water, and then place that, and then put our butternut squash. I roast the butternut squash, but if you want to kind of keep it lean and healthy and without extra oil, you can just steam that. So while our butternut squash is steaming, so we're gonna take care of our kale. So we're gonna discard this stem because we don't need that. It's always good to pick the ones that are kind of nice and soft, because we're using raw kale leaves. You can use it for your vegetable broth if you want, and I'm just gonna chop that kind of fine. It really doesn't matter how you chop it, but good to have like kind of small, thin ribbons. There you go, that should be good. Move it to our bowl. So I don't like to buy pomegranate seeds that are already cleaned for me. I like to buy whole pomegranate and just do it myself because this way it's so much fresher. And the way I like to peel, I'm going to show you guys. I like to kind of take this skin off very gently so that you don't damage the seeds inside. Just like that. I mean, if you damage, it's okay. It's not gonna hurt. I've seen a lot of videos where they teach you how to open the pomegranate, but for me, this is the kind of best way. I don't like when they cut it and then like kind of push and beat the pomegranate and just take all the juice out from the seeds. So I feel like this is kind of the best way. Just take as much skin as possible off. Okay, and then, so you take this off, and it's easy to break them into segments. And this way, the seeds are not damaged. So you break it into more segments and take that thin layer off. And if you need seeds, you can just use your hands and take them off like that. Or I just love when I peel the and clean the pomegranate, just kind of leave those segments, but now I kind of need those seeds only for the salad. But if I'm just using the pomegranates for snacking, I like to leave them like that. Look how pretty that is, right? Gorgeous. And then you can just eat like that. So good. We have about a cup of pomegranate seeds ready for our salad, and now we're gonna make, while our butternut squash is still steaming. It's steaming about 10-12 minutes. I think it'll be ready in about 2 minutes, so we're gonna check that. But before, we're gonna do our walnut pesto. And I have a cup of walnuts. I have Georgian spices, blue fenugreek, coriander, and a little bit of marigold. It's 1 garlic clove, but I don't have it. I just discovered, so it's fine. Add a little bit of salt. You can also always use ajika if you don't have Georgian spices. This is a mixture of kind of Georgian spice. I'm gonna add this little bit of that too, and add a little bit of chili flakes to give a little spice and heat. And then put this on. Right, good. And you can use whatever food processor or blender or whatever you have at home, right? So this is kind of small, and I kind of like to use that. There you go. That is a perfect mixture, and we're gonna add a little bit of red wine vinegar or white wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar, whatever vinegar you have, guys, at home. And we're gonna add just a little bit of water to thin that, about 2 tablespoons. There you go. Should be good. Alright, and this is kind of the consistency you're looking for. And I use half of this, and using your hands, just kind of massage the kale leaves so that it's wilted a little bit, and it absorbs the flavor from the pesto. I'm gonna do a little more. I'm gonna save this for a butternut squash. Let's check those. Ah, that is perfect. You don't want to overcook it, and you don't want very hard butternut squash. This is perfect. So it's been cooking about 15 minutes, and you can always check and add more time if it needs to. Okay. All right, we're gonna move that, and let that cool. Let's turn it off first. And we're gonna let that cool for about 5 minutes maybe, and then add the walnut pesto that we saved from the kale. And then after it cools down a little more, we can add and mix everything together, because you don't want to add very hot butternut squash to the kale, because that's gonna like kill that. So I'm just gonna move this squash here so that I don't make the other dish dirty, and add whatever leftover walnut pesto I have here. And if it looks dry, kind of looks a little dry, I'm gonna add a little bit of water to that. Just like that, about 2 tablespoons. And so this way it will be easier to kind of mix. Alright, just slice the onion thinly. Can do more. I just had this left from yesterday. Have a little bit of cilantro here. And let's build the salad together, right? So put everything together. So I have kale. I'm gonna add butternut squash. It's a little hot, but I think it's gonna be fine. Add our pomegranate seeds. And cilantro and onion. Okay. And just gently mix. I love the colors in this salad. The green and orange and red from pomegranate seeds. I think it's very festive. And when you bring it at the table, you can always garnish with more pomegranate seeds on top, which we're gonna do. And if it looks a little dry, you can always add a little bit of olive oil and do that. Just a little drizzle. Let's try it. Okay. All right, guys, we're done for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And make sure you make the salad. Let me know how it goes. And make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're interested in my book, you can order it from the link that will be written in the comments. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.